This is a type of advantage question which is called Outweigh. This question does not only ask you of the advantages and disadvantages of the topic, it asks you which one is more and which one is less. So by saying, do the advantages of peer pressure outweigh the disadvantages? So don't confuse this with just only advantages and disadvantages. So you're not only asked to write about advantages, and neither should you write only about disadvantages. The main point is here, you give a clear stance of which one you think is more than the other one. So have a clear answer. Young people are often influenced by their peers. So if you think this situation has more advantages, then you have to write about 2 advantages and 1 disadvantage. But if you think the opposite, that this situation has more disadvantages, then in the first you write about 2 disadvantages and 1 advantage. It's important that you keep the balance of the advantages and disadvantages. This is one of the best ways of writing. I'm not telling you this is the only way. So it changes, but I think this is one of the best ways and easiest way for someone who has no understanding of advantage questions to start with. So maybe you start writing and you have your own opinion of what you can do better to write. But I recommend that you follow the structure if you have no idea where to start. So you first paraphrase the topic. It's usually short. And then in the thesis statement, you're saying, so in my opinion, this side has more advantages than the other side. And because, and then here you show advantages. If you think advantages are more, usually 2 advantages, then refer back to the disadvantage. If you think in the thesis statement, you think you have more disadvantages, and you write, I think this says, in my opinion, this situation has this and this disadvantages, although it has an advantage too. Don't forget in your thesis statement to refer back to the other side of the point with which you disagree. In my opinion, it has this and this advantages, but it also has a disadvantage. But you're not telling which disadvantage because you have no space to write in the introduction. If it's the opposite, this situation has this and this disadvantage, but it also has an advantage, and you're not again naming what advantage you have. And then in the first paragraph, if you think you have 2 disadvantages, it has more advantages, you write about the 2 advantage. And also in the topic statement of the first paragraph, you're saying, although it has an advantage, this and this are disadvantages, the same as you did in your thesis statement in the answer. And in the topic sentence of the second paragraph, you do the same. You start, so if you have started about disadvantages in the first paragraph, and then you have to write about 1 advantage. And you say, although it has major disadvantages, it also has this advantage, which you have not mentioned in the thesis statements as you support the other side. So that's how you start it, and then you end it. And the conclusion, I've already told about conclusion. And again, let's repeat the general sentence structures of all IELTS tests, IELTS writing task 2. So every body paragraph usually has 5 sentences. The first sentence is called topic sentence, and the second and the third sentences are called explanatory sentences, which explain your topic sentence. Sentence 4, usually the example sentence, in which we provide the example without personalizing the situation. And the last paragraph, you write concluding sentence. You conclude your main idea in the paragraphs. That's the structure of the paragraphs. It's true for all types of IELTS questions, not only in advantage and disadvantage type of questions.